Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the state of Minnesota. Give me a minute here to make sure my video's good. I watch myself on my computer while I record on my phone. So thank you for joining me today. I'm a little later today than I like to be. Honestly, I lose track of days. The weeks go so quick, and we had a busy week here at the Kramer household. Monday, our youngest turned 23. He doesn't live at home, but that was just a busy day. And then my husband's birthday was yesterday, and he and I went to the Twins baseball game. And then Mother's Day is Sunday, and the kids are all coming over for brunch tomorrow. So it's been a busy week, so I apologize for not being prompt or early with today's video. So let's get busy. So today we're talking about cardstock. I'm going to lift this up and hopefully you can see it a little better in the video. Can you tell that that garden green is not cardstock? In person, I can. It almost looks like suede and it makes me want to touch it. I was going to say I should have had a piece of garden green cardstock. So this is garden green cardstock, obviously. And if you don't have cardstock and you would like to, or if you run out, or with our price increase, you want other ideas on how you can get the look of cardstock there. If you put them next to each other, my inked background is darker than the garden green. I did that a couple hours ago, so it might get lighter as we go. So I'm going to show you how I did that garden green layer. I'll leave this here so you have something pretty to look at while I work. I just have a card layer here with white, and I made a tape loop with washi tape. That's very old washi tape. You can get it so cheap. I think you can get it at the dollar store these days. So I'm going to make another washi tape loop to hold my whole panel in place. So that was garden green. This time we're going to use a brand new in color for 25 through 27 called Secret C. I want to see what this looks like when we first start out. So I'm going to grab a lot of ink, and it might be splotchy, just like that. My garden green one looked just like that when I first started. So this is what Secret C looks like if you just have a very fine, oh, look at that. I kind of like the lines in that. Can you see that? And I know that looks really messy, but we're just going to add a lot of ink. Maybe I'll just do one corner. If I did the whole thing, it might take me more minutes than I want this video to be. How's that? I know I've heard some feedback on my Friday videos that you appreciate quick videos. So I'm going to make this quick. So I will just do this corner. You'll have to come to my blog later and in a couple days to see what I do with this piece and how it looks finished. Look at that. Look at that corner. Look how dark I'm getting that. And you've seen how many times I've gone to the ink pad to grab ink with my blending brush. And I will do the entire white panel. So when I put something on top of it, and this is how I decided how large this piece of acetate needed to be. When I stamp and put this on top of it, you will think that's cardstock. Secret C cardstock underneath my gold frame. This gold frame, if you want to know, is part of the Foiled Frames and Labels Ephemera pack. So there's lots of different sizes. So I did decide how big to make this acetate based on this gold frame. It would be fine for any piece of cardstock that you want to put in there. It might be fun to just leave that as a frame and put a smaller piece in the middle. Oh, here come all the ideas. So if you leave it white in the middle, you could just stamp on the middle if you don't have the gold frames. Or you could put smaller layers, like a punch, inside your middle there. What else? I lost my train of thought. All the ideas are coming. So I'm going to leave this together and finish that at another time. Maybe tonight when my friend has her mystery stamping. So I'm going to clean up that. I'm going to give you another idea here. Are you familiar with color blocking? So I have another piece of white, which I'm going to adhere to my glass mat. Excuse me. And I should tell you that this acetate sheet that I used as a mask when I blended the Secret C was one of the 2 acetate sheets that came from a photopolymer stamp set. So the other acetate sheet will be real flimsy, and this one is the thicker one. I wanted the thicker one just so it wouldn't bend when I hold it. So my another idea for this, I'm just going to hold this, and we'll just do a few. So I'm going to hold this real tight. Whoa, I'm going to use some more Secret C. Obviously, use whatever colors you have. I'm going to make sure I'm going straight. I'll probably get some ink on my fingers, but that's all right. I know I've had a fun day if my fingers are inky. So I'm using lots and lots of color. If you see splotches, just add some more color. It will dry lighter. So we're going to leave that. I'm going to come down here. Actually, I'm going to tape that in place. See if I have some more washi tape. I do. This was very old, and I didn't quite know how to use it. I'm not sure I do anymore. But if you have seen the new catalog, you will see that we have some brand new washi tape. Mine will be here Tuesday, and I can't get that one started. Let's try this one. Sorry, this is going longer. What I'm going to do, and I'll just tell you in case you want to move on with your videos, I'm going to tape this down. I'm going to put stripes of color. You could put wide stripes, you could put narrow stripes, you could put lots of stripes, you could repeat different colors, you could repeat the same color, just to create an interesting background. So it'll look like pieces of cardstock. If you go dark enough, it might be kind of interesting to go light. So I'm going to put this one here. And we're going to make a garden green stripe here. So I'm basically creating my own pattern paper with ink. Some other ideas, I obviously am just using rectangles of acetate. You could die cut your acetate and make shapes, both the positive and the negative shapes. I think I've talked about that in ways to use your dies and punches. So look how dark that is. Isn't that beautiful? Normally I would clean this off with just water. It's dye ink. Let's do another one. So I don't need to hold this down anymore. So I'm just making stripes with ink. Let's add one more at the bottom. And with enough pieces of acetate, you'd be able to, this could be interesting. Let's see what this looks like. This is Lost Lagoon. Let me get these out of the way. So we're going to put Lost Lagoon. I'm a lefty. We'll try it right-handed. So I'm going to hold this here. You could do school colors. You could do people's favorite colors. You could try a new color palette. Obviously, you need ink to do this. And I am using a lot of ink, but I'm not really depleting what's in the pad. If you did this a lot, obviously you'd want re-inkers to re-ink your ink pad. Oh, look how beautiful this is. And when that dries, it'll be more solid. But there you go. Secret Sea, Garden Green, and Lost Lagoon. As I said, come back to my website, northstarstamper.com, in the near future, and I'll show you what I do with both. My Secret Sea frame is what I'm going to call it, but it's going to look like cardstock because I will cover the white section, as I did with this one. And stripes are always fun. They're very versatile. So thank you for joining me today. Happy stamping. And try creating your own colored cardstock with ink and a blending brush. Thanks for joining me.